Alright, today we're going to install this chandelier slash ceiling fan by a company named Parrotuncle. Alright, maybe a quick unpack. Here's the instructions. Look pretty thorough so far. You have the different crystals here, and there's the crystals. They're all labeled, so that's convenient. Great. So it comes with a manual. Just use it. Alright, I'm going to unpack the rest of it. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this, and we'll get to installing it. Alright, step one, to put the fan light, attaching the fan to the ceiling. It's going to attach this to the electrical box, which should you have installed already from the previous outlet or ceiling fan or ceiling lights you had. We're looking for this piece right here, and we found it. It's actually in this housing. Okay, so it's inside. Be careful though. These are magnets. It's new. Never seen that before. So be careful not to lose them. It holds that cover piece. There's the bracket, mounting bracket that we're looking for. We're gonna have to take this out. We're gonna screw these here, and we're gonna take it out, and then we can install this on the electrical box. Mounting screws that you'll need right there are buried in this supply bag. So once I found it, I want to put it together. There's the washers. I want to test it. Make sure that it's going to work with your outlet box first, and it does. Okay, so now we're good. Now we're going to mount the bracket. Alright, there it is. The mounting bracket is all mounted. So putting the screws into the electrical box. I had put that one into the wood stud. Make it more secure. And then eventually we'll hook up the wires. Hook up there. Alright, I'm not really liking these directions. There's no description, what part's what, just pictures. So we'll do the best we can here. We're gonna loosen that screw. We're not gonna take it out like the picture shows. We're just gonna loosen it to that way. Where is it at? See that piece right there? So that piece right there is just flush, like I have over here. That way we can slide the down rod into it, and then we'll take the cotter pin out right there, and then we'll take this pin, the safety pin, out here, so we can put the down rod in. All right, now we're going to attach these down rods. We're going to attach it to the fan base. You got two down rods. You got a really long extension one, and then one already installed. We want ours short, so we're going to use this short one. If I do have to replace, if I want a longer one, you're going to have to take that rod out, take these screws, loosen them up, and then you're going to take this small down rod out and replace it with this longer one. But we're not going to use the long one. We use the installed smaller one. Okay? So just goes in like so. This one goes upside down, right? Nope, goes this way. There we go. There's a rubber gasket. It's just going to hold it pretty well. And then we're going to come over, run the wires through here. I haven't undone it yet. I'm going to run the wires through. Make sure when you run it through, they all come out on one side. Okay. So that way, if you have to twist anything, the cables inside don't get all twisted up. So we got all on one side, just pull it through. I mean, you could do, if you have any problems, you could pull this rod out and then pull it through. Okay, here's the safety cable. I have this nut on it. There's a nut on it. I just took it off, so that way I can get it through easier. And once we'll put it through, then we can we'll put the bolt back on there. There it is. and just grab it. Okay. Now I'll just reattach this and adjust it as appropriate. Alright, the small down rod's a little fun, tight spot to work. So now we're going to put this rod back in. Alright, so I got the rod, the cotter pin in, and then I tightened these set screws here. This cover will just slide down and cover it. It has a rubber gasket on there, so it's pretty stiff. It's not going to, as you see, it just holds it in place. So that's cool. Alright, then we're going to use this rod, the mounting, this little cup here. We're going to mount it and place that into the mounting bracket that's on the ceiling already. And it makes it much easier to attach all the electrical wires that you need attached without putting strain on the wires. So this is really good improvements I've noticed in a lot of you know, overhead lightings and fans and things like that. So the industry has really changed as opposed to before, so that's a big plus. Alright, see this little notch right there? Make sure that notch is going to line up with this notch right there, so that way it's set properly. Alright, you can see that notch right there. So I'm going to just keep rotating it until it goes into the notch that's in the bracket. There it goes. And then it's set in place. See, it just kind of falls down in place. Now you know that it's set properly. And then we'll hook up all the remote control box and the wiring and everything next. And now just a quick look. The fan blades are already installed, so you don't have to install them. Alright, I have this instructions after you mount the fan on the mounting bracket. Those instructions here, those a bit confusing. When I pre-looked at the instructions, I still didn't know what it was. But now that I have the fan up on the ceiling, I realize what it is. It's a safety, that is the safety wire that's going to be attached to a screw. That screw should be attached to like some stud, you know, a beam or something on top, make it more secure. They should have known that or written it down, made an illustration, writing illustration to explain what that screw is for. So I had to remove the fan and then drill a pilot hole, small one, to get that screw in. Put the screw in first, but not all the way. Just keep it a little bit loose, and then I was able to reinstall the fan and then put that safety cable, loop it around the screw, and then tighten the screw up against the ceiling. So that's a little heads up with that, what they're doing there, so you don't get confused about what's going on. Alright, there's the safety cable. It's put in place. I like to just go through the mounting bracket, so it extra support for the mounting bracket in addition to the safety cable. Not necessary. The instructions tell you put it like maybe on the side, but make sure it goes into a wood stud. I wouldn't trust it on a drywall with an anchor either, unless if it's one of those, you know, 35-40 pound anchors, then maybe. Okay, now for the wiring. This looks like the receiver box. So in order to do this, we go to the next page for the receiver box and hook it up according to the diagram. They should have put a note here telling you to refer to this instruction part. Anyway, now you know. So we're going to hook this up, hook the receiver up, and put this together. And this here is the receiver box. It does have a nice diagram on the back to help you in case you ever lose the manual. So we're going to follow the diagram, hook up the wires, put some nuts on them, make everything secure, and then finish the rest of it. Okay, once you got all the wires hooked up, try to get as much as you can up in the box, and then whatever doesn't fit, you slide that controller in the holder. There's a holder there, and then I can just wrap it around a little bit around the side here, and this will all be concealed. There's the antenna receiver, and it'll all be concealed with the canopy once I put the canopy up. This is safety wire. This excess, you can probably you can clip it if you so desire. and then we'll attach this up the top. All right, I'm gonna pull this down. I'm gonna move the magnets to the side so it makes it easier. These screws, oops, those screws should already been attached to the mounting bracket. You can see them right there. All right, if you didn't attach them before you put all this together, that's okay. I didn't, I missed it. But so it's easy enough to just kind of screw it underneath. And then you're gonna put the canopy on. There we go. Canopy on, and then just tighten those screws up, and then I'll move the magnets down here again, and then the cover with that magnetic piece. So that's pretty slick, nice and easy. All right, there's the screw. Just use the angle. If you have an angle screwdriver bit that works, and just tap it in. All right, so the canopy's set. We're gonna move these magnets down here, and then the cover. Just cover everything up. Bam, just like that. And you're set. Now we do the lights. All right, there's the canopy. We're gonna put the light canopy onto the top. I wrote this in. The directions are very, not, you know, obviously they don't say anything. So I wrote this in. These are the screw rods here. Once I figured that out, we did it. We put the nuts and the washer in there. As you can see, just like that. Okay. There's the washer and nut. And then those little arrows right there are the same arrows right up there. So those are where those rods are going to go into on the fan housing. So we'll just go ahead and put that together. Okay, there's the screw rods in place. Now we'll take a wrench and we will tighten those up a bit. It took me about 5 minutes to figure out what those instructions were. So that's all they had to do, was do that, and I would have been able to understand it right away. So hopefully that will help you get it done right away. And then we'll put this light canopy on. This is the this is the top side. This is the bottom side where you hang all the crystals from and put the light bulbs in. So we're going to attach this up to the fan housing now. All right, first thing is down rods. Make sure that you don't put them too far in the top. You got to have enough room. This rod has to be long enough so you can attach that nut on the underside. Also, I just put the one in for now, and now we can hook up the wiring for the lights, and then we'll do the other 3 and close it up. Okay, now we have the light canopy up. We'll put the crystals in. Again, a labeling not issue kind of thing. They just label this A, B, C, D, E, F. And a lot easier than sitting there, you know, like a question mark. Now, granted, it is in the front of the book right there. As you can see, A, and then B, and then C, D, E, F. But it takes some time, so just go back to the front page if you need to for reference. That's my suggestion. And then I just wrote it in, make it easier for me when I'm looking, and put these up. Okay, so let's put them up on the housing up here. And that does not come with lights. We don't have no light bulbs, so we're gonna have to go find some. Go to the store and buy some appropriate light bulbs. Okay, I decided to start from the center and work my way out. So I get crystal F and E. It's supposed to be 1 piece of F and 5 of E. I have 6 of E. So these are all the same length. Even though the bag we pulled it out of was labeled E and F, these are all the same length. So we'll just go with it. All right, just a side note, this actually came with some spare parts. So some spare parts, so look for them. It's a good thing because I had 2 broken ones. It's broken there, and this one I glued. I didn't know there were spare parts. I glued it, but now I'm going to switch it out with the spare parts. So kudos on that, on the manufacturer for spare parts. I got those nice little hooks right there. Makes it easy. And there's the sample I didn't put in yet, and there it is. So there we go. There's one crystal. Only how many more to go? Lots. And then you just go around in a ring. So we'll do the next 5 for E and F. We'll do the next 5 around those rings. I'm gonna work my way from the inside to the outside. Alright, there's the 6 beads, E and F, all around the top. And now we just work our way around. Very easy. I like these hooks. Easier than the last chandelier I put together. Alright, there's D. Alright, now I put these crystals on. I do recommend putting these crystals on before you hang them onto the overhead. Be easier. But still, these are the hardest part of this whole project. Just because it's that spring you have to open up and slide them in there. If you get your kids involved, that can help. Alright, so far so good. Couple more to go. Alright, it's all set. We got the bottom jewels in. Got all the different other jewels in. Looks pretty nice. It does not come with lights, so you need a E12, Echo 12 type lights to put in there. We finally found some that worked okay. Alright, let me show the light there. Woo, so bright. Very bright lights. I'm gonna back up. Back it up. Here we go. There it is. And there's the lights. I'll go ahead and turn the fan on. You can see the fan on top operating. It's on low speed. Blades come out automatically. We'll put on top, number 3, high speed. So you got 3 speeds, low, medium, high. So blades come out automatically, and then they'll just spring loaded. They'll retract when you turn them off. Yeah, I feel a little bit of breeze down here. So it's good, it's nice, not too, you don't want it, you know, full blast while you're trying to eat anyway. So it's nice. Then you can see the lights go off. You see the fan blades retracting. Turned it off. As it slows down. It's actually pretty nice. The pictures in the the pictures they have on the website doesn't make it look very nice, but up front it looks pretty decent. And I'm finding that with a lot of chandeliers lately. Chandeliers on the pictures in the web doesn't do any justice, and when I get them, they actually turn out really nice. All right, there you go. It's like raindrops. And one last note, it does remember your setting. So I have mine on an outlet. So if I just turn it on, the switch, light comes on, fan comes on, that's my last setting before I turned it off. So that's a pretty nice feature.